what it's actually supposed to do is he takes life from one person and he can put it to another person. So basically what that means is, when after Anakin choked Padme in Episode 3, and Padme went to, I guess that, one of the fucking ships or whatever, to get the babies delivered and shit, the doctor drone came out to Obi-Wan and Yoda saying that we're losing her. She seems all fine. Like, you know, they said that she is sustaining injuries, her vitals are perfectly normal, you know, this is and that, but he says we're losing her, as in she's dying mysteriously. Do you remember that? Do you remember seeing that scene? So the reason for that is, you know how Palpatine was making Darth Vader, you know, like the scene where the machine lifted him up to where he was like standing upright, and Palpatine told Vader in his anger he killed her. So in all reality, Palpatine was taking the life force from Padme and putting it into Anakin. So when that droid doctor said that we're losing her, they don't know how, but they're losing her, it was actually Palpatine taking her life force through the dark side of the Force from her to Anakin to get him to stay alive a lot longer. The droids don't know about the Force why, so they can't exactly understand why she's dying the way she was. So since they never really, you know, gave the droids knowledge of the Force, or to understand the whole point of the Force, they couldn't detect the fact that she's dying from the dark side of the Force, from Palpatine. So Palpatine sucked the life out of her, even though she gave birth to Anakin and Leia, or not Anakin, but to Luke and Leia, and gave it to Darth Vader.
Keep him alive during the operation.
Yeah, keep him alive up until the point where,
because he was having an operation to keep him alive.
Yeah, he was having an operation to get new arms and legs, and since obviously he couldn't breathe the regular air, like our air that we're breathing now, he had to breathe a specific type of air, which his suit is designedly built to do, is to give him some air that his body and his lungs sorely needs, because his lungs were basically burnt to the point where they can't breathe regular air. And that's what his suit basically did. But ever since his arm or his hand got cut off, and the damage and the injuries he sustained from Luke, as well as the electricity damage that Palpatine did when he was just sitting there being fucking held by Darth Vader with his hands flown up in the air, just, you know, still shooting at lightning for God, whatever fucking reason he was doing that for. And he was shocking Darth Vader beneath him. So that basically just ruined his suit and caused his air support to go away, and as well as there was a perfect fact and a true fact about dark side people. If they sustain some type of injuries in battle, they use their hatred and anger to keep them alive. So everyone was bringing up different possibilities of why Darth Vader actually died, or Anakin Skywalker. And the way I see it, he died 2 reasons. One, of his air support system from his suit when his arm got cut off, and from the electricity from Palpatine. And 2, when he returned to the light side, when he knew his son was right, and he was on the light side still, no matter if he turned to the dark side or not, he still was Anakin Skywalker deep inside, but he let the dark side take over. So when he returned to the light side, all that shit that was actually going to kill him came back to him and basically killed him, because he returned to the light. He didn't use the anger and hatred to keep himself alive. So as soon as he returned to the light, it was already too late. His air systems was malfunctioning to the point where he was breathing our regular air, plus, you know, his hand getting cut off, which let all that air flow in there. And on top of that, with the electricity from Palpatine, which practically fucked up his suit to the point where it would actually kill him with the air. And then the other reason as well with that, of him going to the light side, because as soon as Luke took off his helmet, you saw how his eyes were just regular like everybody else's? That was because he returned to the light side of the Force. In the 3rd movie, Return of the Sith, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Return of the Sith, Episode 3. When he fought Obi-Wan, at the very end, when you got his other arm, and both of his legs chopped off, at the sheer second before he said, "I hate you," you could see his eyes turn from the regular color they were to the dark side color eyes. And then he was torched alive. But when Luke took off his helmet, he saw his regular eyes. He was no longer on the dark side anymore. So, without the anger and hatred that keeping him alive, as well as his suit, he had to die.
Well, his eyes were red, and his eyes were still red before he caught on fire. So technically, while he was...
Well, that's what I said. Right after his arm and both of his legs got chopped off, before he even said, "I hate you," and got torched alive, you could see his eyes went from regular color to the Sith color. And then he said, "I hate you," and then he got burned alive. So, Palpatine, he had to find out the hard way that he had to figure it out himself. When Palpatine told him he had a son, he's like, "How could that be? Padme died. Obviously, she had it. If she died from me at Mustafar, what was it, Mustafar that they were out fighting?" So at Mustafar, the lava planet, when Palpatine told him in his anger he killed her, he thought at that moment, how could she still have kids if I killed her on Mustafar? And it immediately went through his mind, Palpatine lied to him. But he knew Palpatine had the vision of the future. He could see in the future and knew exactly if Vader was going to betray him or not. So he had to play it out until at the point where he tried to convince Luke to be on his side so they could both overthrow Palpatine and they can rule the universe as father and son. But yeah. Also, did you know that Darth Maul actually survived up until the start of Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine? Darth Sidious? So you know how Obi-Wan cut him in two in Episode 1, Phantom Menace? When he was in the garbage area, garbage chute of Naboo, at the sheer second he ended up in there, he used the Force to grab everything in sight to create a spider-looking legs. And then in Clone Wars, his brother found him, because Darth Maul had a brother apparently in the actual canon series, and in Clone Wars, his brother found them and took them to what they called Mother, this witch lady who wanted to get rid of Palpatine for peace. So if you look at it, she was actually on the light side, even though she had her own wicked deeds that she wanted to do herself. So they went there, and she grabbed different pieces around the area, attached them, got rid of that entire fucking spider legs of Darth Maul, and then gave him brand new looking pieces, and then like used her magic to reforge them into actual legs. And then throughout the years, he actually got new and newer legs. Are you still watching me, by the way? I was gonna show you the characters. I sent you an invite to him. I sent you an invite to it. So I'm probably just gonna like talk through most of the characters, because there's probably certain characters on here you probably either don't recognize or don't recall. So you said you've seen all 6 episodes of Star Wars, especially the 3 new ones, did you? I was like, this is not Obi-Wan fucking Kenobi. So you've seen the new movie Rise of Skywalker? No? Oh, that was all 9 episodes. You have Episode 1, Phantom Menace, Episode 1, Phantom Menace, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Episode 3, Return of the Sith, Episode 4, A New Hope, Episode 5... What was Episode 5?
What?
I'm trying to remember the damn episodes and the names. Like episode 1, Phantom Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Episode 3, Return of the Sith. Episode 4, New Hope. Episode 5... or Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Sith, whatever. It's basically the same shit.
Episode 5 was The Empire Strikes Back.
Episode 5 was the Empire Strikes Back, okay. And then episode 6 was Return of the Jedi? Alright, I had to get my memory straight with that. But yeah, and then episode 7 was... what was episode? Joseph's over here fucking helping with my memory. So episode 7 was Force Awakens, episode 8 was Last Jedi, and then episode 9 was Rise of Skywalker. I gotta write that shit down. Hold the fucking phone. My memory is so gone, I can't even fucking remember simple as shit like that. I have to write them down word for word, or else I'll fucking forget them. But yeah, the characters that I'm gonna be showing you on screen here is this guy, Kylo Ren. Let me know when you see him on screen. This guy, Kylo Ren, is actually known as Ben Solo. And yes, Han and Leia did get married and had a kid. And his name was Ben Solo. But when Luke was training him, because Luke Skywalker made his own the Jedi Temple and shit, you know, like the Jedi Council. Yeah. Luke made his own Jedi Council and set it up new rules. Because he thought the Jedi, the old ones, with the whole Jedi robes, and you're required to wear Jedi robes, and you have to have a fucking lightsaber, and this and that, and this and that. He thought that was all bullshit. So he made up his own Jedi Council, and made up brand new rules. And one of which is, if you're fighting a dark side person, a Sith Lord, check to see if they have feelings of the light side still in them. Because they won't know if they used to be in the light side or not. Because Luke knew that Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker had hatred and anger in him. But he also felt the light side too. He felt Anakin Skywalker still in there. So that was one of his manyest rules to everybody out there. He set it up saying that if you're fighting a Dark Lord, sense to see if they're still good in them. If not, defeat them. If so, try to get them back to the light. So, then he set it up a training thing for Padawans. And Ben Solo was one of them. But Lord Snoke, who was basically being controlled by Darth Sidious, was getting him over to the dark side, playing with his mind. And showed him that light side has certain things, and dark side had even more things for him to use, and for him to learn. And since obviously Palpatine wanted Darth Vader back, he obviously saw how Ben Solo was from Leia, who was from Anakin. So he thought, obviously, Ben Solo, let's fucking get him to be new Darth Vader. So, which he overthrew the Supreme Leader, Snoke, and he became the new Supreme Leader. But up until Rise of Skywalker, he became light side again, and fought with Rey. And the one person I'm talking about, and I'm going to swap over to her other appearance, even though I don't really use it at all, is this lovely lady right here. Let me know when she's on screen. So, this is Rey, and her actual full name is Rey Palpatine. I say that because her grandfather is Emperor Palpatine himself. This guy. Let me know when he's on screen. Yeah, that's Emperor Palpatine, or known as Chancellor Palpatine. He was the one who convinced Anakin Skywalker to go to the dark side, basically seducing him in a way. And the only thing Anakin Skywalker cared about, which he says the only person that he cares about in his life, is Padme Amidala. And he wanted to save her life from certain death. And he let those feelings overcome him from true thoughts and actual decisions. And Palpatine knew he would become the dark side, and that was his destiny. He was the chosen one to defeat the Sith, which he did. Well, in a case that, since you have not seen Rise of Skywalker, which this will explain this, he killed Palpatine's clone. Well, the first Palpatine. Palpatine had extra precautions. He cloned Snoke, so he cloned himself. In the Rise of Skywalker, we met his final clone. So when Rey killed him, they killed his final clone. He cloned himself countless of times. Because there was a lot of different issues that he had to go through being in a different clone body. So he had to deal with a bunch of shit. And he died multiple times over. Wait, I just got 2 people watching me and someone says Mevlet Baxi? I'm telling you. Go right ahead. I mean, I'm just over here talking with my friend. But anyways, so and I do believe it was Rise of Skywalker, Chewie was being captured, and when they saw a ship and Finn pointed it out, which Finn used to be a stormtrooper known as FN-2187. But when Poe found him and they helped each other escape from the First Order.
Wait, Poe didn't find him.
Well, they helped each other out.
Finn found Poe because he knew that Poe was from the Resistance and he wanted to help Poe.
Well, either way, they basically found each other and they helped each other out with the First Order. I don't give a fuck who found who. It's just they found each other, okay? So they got off the place. They went to Jakku where they found Rey. So Poe gave FN-2187 a name, Finn, because it was FN. So Poe basically gave him a name, and Finn pointed it out, saying that they got Chewie. So she used the Force to pull him in, which Kylo Ren got out of the ship that she took down, that he was driving in, and walked over and pulled the ship towards him, and they're doing a tug of war. She got so pissed off, she pulled out her hands and spread out her hands and shot lightning out of her fingertips. And destroyed the ship. She thought she killed Chewie, but she didn't. There was a separate ship. There's 2 ships. One of them was a decoy, and of sorts. So she destroyed a random ship. And thought it was Chewie, but when she was on that place, or she was nearby it or whatever, she felt Chewie still alive. And they're like, let's go get Chewie.
Well, she didn't feel him alive. She found out he was alive when Kylo Ren said, "Hey, I got your little wayfinder with me and your little friend."
Yeah, then she actually felt him though, because she was not even near anywhere. Like, she was sort of close by it, or to the point where she could feel him, and she felt him. And then she told them when they were. I do believe they were on the Millennium Falcon when she felt them. Yeah, she was like around the little corridor in the spinning area, and she walked in that direction. And she said, that she realized, and then she felt that entire place that where Kylo Ren was, where they were going to meet up, and she felt Chewie still alive. Okay, so I don't know what the hell's going on right now. Before I explain everything else about Ray, I had 2 people viewing me. I don't know who the fuck the second one is. I guess it's one of my subscribers or something. I don't know. I guess he just found my stream or something. His name is Melvit Bagsy. Do you see that person in the chat? Randomly, that dude sends me a message saying, "Can I join you?" I said, "Yeah, sure. I'm just over here talking with my friend." And I'm over here waiting for this motherfucker to join me. Of course she's not friends with me. I don't even recognize that name. He probably just found me on stream and then just says, "Hey, can I join you?" Yeah, I have it set to where when they view me on PlayStation on YouTube, or I think it was just mainly on YouTube, I have it to where it shows my PlayStation ID.
You should also try to make sure that your YouTube name is also... No.
Yeah, well, I do believe well... Eh. Yeah. Right? But anyways, at the end of the movie, when she defeated Palpatine, she returned back to Jakku, everyone went their separate ways, they won the war, the entire Empire, and everything of the dark side of the Force fell. The First Order, Empire, for a Final Order, all that, gone. There's nothing trying to control the universe. So she returns to Tatooine. And she buried Luke and Leia's lightsaber, because apparently Leia has some connection to the Force.
Well, of course she did. She was a Skywalker,
well,
too.
that too, but...
She never actually finished her training to be an official Jedi, but she was practically a Jedi.
She was technically a Jedi, but she never wanted to be, because she found out that... Was it someone going to kill her?
No. When she found right before, on her last time of training, in her last time of training with Luke, she right before she finished her training with Luke to be a Jedi, she had a vision of her son's death, and that's when she stopped her Jedi training.
But yeah, so she
never
just
really gave up the Force. She just.
Well, I know she didn't give up the Force. I'm just saying she gave up the Jedi.
She just gave up. She just gave up using her lightsaber because she had a vision of her son's death.
Not to mention she just knew that being a Jedi would just lead to that. So she just gave up the whole Jedi thing and just became a commanding officer of the Republic, the Rebellion, and the Resistance.
That doesn't mean she ain't technically a Jedi.
Well, no, true, Joseph. She's still technically a Jedi.
Her lightsaber, that was it. It didn't stop her from using any Force abilities.
True, but in all reality, I just knew her as a commander. She never really officialized it or mentioned to anybody saying that she was actually a Jedi. She just knew her ways around the Force and taught Rey.
Technically, that wasn't really Luke's saber. That was more like a Skywalker saber.
No, well, you know what I mean.
Luke's saber, no one actually knows what that is.
Yeah, apparently they had at least a total of 3 movies per character. First 3 movies was mainly about Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon Jinn. Well, Qui-Gon Jinn was only in the first movie, and that was it. And Anakin Skywalker made his own personal lightsaber. And then when Obi-Wan took it from him after defeating him on Mustafar, then he gave it to Luke, and then Luke decided to make his own lightsaber. Huh?
He lost the blue one, and that's when he made it. It was something of his own saber.
Well, yeah, he lost Anakin's lightsaber, and then he made his own. And then he made his own lightsaber, his customary way, all black. And when you know how I told you he made up his own Jedi Order? He made it to where people can choose whatever outfits they want to wear. So he chose to wear all black, except for his belt. And he had a black lightsaber hilt, and he had a green blade.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But apparently in the last 3 episodes of Star Wars, I guess he lost his fucking green lightsaber. Either that or he just chucked it, said, "Fuck you, I ain't no damn Jedi."
No, he still wasn't, he wasn't...
Well, he just cut himself off from the Force and just gave up his lightsaber, because we never saw it anywhere.
He cut himself off from the Force either, he just gave up using it. He was hiding. He was just like Yoda, he was ashamed. He didn't give up being a Jedi, he just wanted to be a Jedi.
Well, when Rey went to go do the whole training with the Force, she sensed everybody who used the Force and who still does, and she didn't feel Luke because she said he cut himself off from the Force.
Or mainly because he was hiding himself. He was letting his presence not be sensed at all. That's why he.
No, he was scared.
Exactly. He was sulking. He was sulking and fucking feeling like he was a fucking failure.
Which Yoda then teached him, which I'm gonna let you know this now, but, and I do believe the second or the third episode of Star Wars, before he even died. Oh no, it was the second movie. He went to go burn down the texts, and Yoda was there with him.
Which actually, what he was about to burn down was actually the first Jedi Temple.
Yeah, it was the first Jedi Temple. So he decided to get rid of the entire Jedi. That means the time of the old Jedi was there and past.
No, he meant just Jedi in general.
Well, yeah, true. He wanted people to make up their own ways at the light side, because obviously doing all those fucking rules is going to hold them back.
No, he just feels like that no matter what, the Jedi are just going to fucking fall and be lost.
Right. But yeah, so Yoda himself used the Force to strike lightning to the fucking tree bark thing, the first Jedi Temple, and destroy it. So he brought himself back to the Force, and he used the rest of his life, and the rest of the last of his Force that he could use, to make a clone of himself, but using the Force to make some sort of like spiritual character on far end of the universe, at a planet called Crate. And the entire planet is covered in salt, but the ground itself is red. So when you step on the ground of Crate and you touch the whiteness of the ground, it's not snow, it's actually salt. And beneath that is red, is like a red surface that they call red dirt or like red blood or something. And at the final movie, Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, when she returned to Tatooine, she buried Anakin and Leia's lightsaber in the sand. And she built her own lightsaber, which you saw on screen, right? You could see the lightsaber she was holding in her hands?
Yeah.
That lightsaber she built was from her staff. And legend has it, the crystal she used was supposed to be from a Jedi Knight who literally wore knight clothing, who used a lightsaber from the sun.
Well, actually, it wasn't the crystal that...
Well, it was supposed to be the yellowness. It was supposed to be from legend that...
technically, they said that she might have got her crystals by taking them out of Luke and Leia's, or the Skywalker and Leia's saber. But no, technically, where I thought, technically it wasn't the crystal that was technically legendary. Everyone thought that technically her lightsaber was the legendary one. But technically it wasn't. Everyone thought that, oh, her lightsaber is from this legendary Jedi who can burn people with the blade of yellow sun or whatever the fuck.
With the power of the sun or something like that.
But apparently it was, that wasn't the case. It technically wasn't, nothing...
It was just a yellow lightsaber.
It's just her own crafted lightsaber from her staff with a fucking crystals from Master's lightsabers, because obviously she ain't gonna be able to find other crystals.
Yeah. I like putting on this one because this is when she found Luke.
Rey sees herself as when Rey sees herself as a beacon of light, she doesn't see herself as like blue. She sees herself as a star, like a shining star.
So so you just stopped watching me now, Blade? Because I was going to show you something else. God damn it! I want to show you Darth Maul and what he looked like. So how does 4 look when the way they do it in Star Wars? Episode 1 is a line, 2 lines, 3 lines, and then 4 was like a line in a V. You know how when they do episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they have it like 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, a line and a something.
Roman numerals.
Yeah, that.
1 is 1 line, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is a line and a V.
I thought so.
5 is just a V, And then 6
Is a V line?
No. 4 is a line and a V. 5 is just a V. 6 is the opposite of 4, so it's a V and a line.
That's what I said.
And then 7 is a V
And 2 lines.
And then
8 is V and three lines, and then 2 lines.
And then 5 is
9 is V and 3 lines.
No, it's V and 3 lines.
No, that's what I said.
4 lines.
Wait, 4 lines?
But you have to think it's 5 plus 4.
Hold on, I'm trying to
4 lines for 4.
Revenge of the Sith, New Hope.
What is the Roman numeral for 9? Oh, okay, never mind.
So, episode 5 was
So
what?
7 is a V and 2 lines. 8 is a V and 3 lines. 9 is a line with an X.
So I'm trying to remember. So it was Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, New Hope, and then what was 5?
Empire Strikes Back.
I have to remember that shit. Oh shit. So boy, whenever you get a chance to go, look back at the stream, and I want to show you something. Are you watching the stream right now? Oh, well, I have a viewer right now. I thought that was you. Three viewers? I only see one. No, well, that one just went away. You said I have 3 viewers right now? That's weird. It says I have no viewers. Like, what the fuck? There's one. Is that you? Alright, so do you see a character facing forward?
Yeah.
That's Darth Maul. And look at his legs.
Damn.
That's what he looked like after he got cut in half. Well, I mean, what he actually looked like was most of his body was just regular. The upper part was regular, but the lower part was actually spider legs. He literally had an ass like a spider and legs like a spider. The only memory he had when he was down there going insane was he remembered the Jedi that cut him down and his hatred for him, and that was it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some gameplay.
Okay, I thought that was watching Walking Dead, but that is not Walking Dead.
What's he watching?
I don't know, but one of the actors looked like Lynn from Walking Dead. But I was thinking, wait a minute, Glenn is dead in The Walking Dead now. Even though he was one of my favorite characters. But here's the interesting part. I thought it was Walking Dead. Because, I thought, it looked like Walking Dead. But then one thing just told me, it just like blew me way off that it was definitely not Walking Dead. There's the fact that when zombies start coming after them because they heard the honking and the gunshots, they start coming at them. And what happens? These zombies ain't walking. These zombies are running.
So what is he watching now?
I have no fucking idea. I'm not really gonna fucking ask. Because honestly, I'm not really in the mood to talk to Dad or fucking even be near him for a while. Whatever movie they're watching, it's not one of those movies where the zombies are super hard to kill. They look like they're just undead freaks that are just running around like fucking like this and shit. They're not even.
That's gonna be World War Z.
That's not. It's definitely not World War Z. If it was for one World War Z, you can't hide that, but you cannot sneak past those zombies because they will fucking know. And the moment one knows,
Actually, it is based on time because when the dude was there doing like a what was it? He was there in search for answers on the whole disease and how it started and shit like that. He was in an investigation, and when they went there, they drove on bikes to get out there to refill the plane, and they were being silent. If they made a noise, it made all the fucking freaks to get up.
But still, World War Z, that's fucking more complicated because for one, just in general, no one can survive in the world of World War Z. Because I'm sorry, once one dead motherfucker knows, they all fucking know.
Pretty much.
Because the fact that how they're smart enough to fucking build their bodies over on top of each other just to get over a wall.
Don't get sloppy, okay?
No, fuck World War Z. That's the worst zombie apocalypse you could ever be in. Because in that case, no one survives it. So no, he's not watching World War Z. He's not watching Dawn of the Dead. Yeah,
You must be watching something new we've never seen before.
You find yourself in a delicate
on a
situation.
highway, covered struggling in cars.
Evil
Near
will always find
the moment the honking happens, and you can see the echo of the camera showing that the echo is going all the way across the city. So yeah, whatever he's watching, they look like Walking Dead, but they're moving.
One of he's watching Resident Evil.
No, there's not Resident Evil.
Well, I don't know what else fucking shit there is. I don't even know if there's even a new one.
The story of Resident Evil is over. They found the cure. They went back to Raccoon City, which is.
Well, I mean, she still had zombies. She still had other zombies that didn't get the fucking the cure.
They will be.
I know it's gonna spread through airborne, but still,
Yeah,
there
so
could be.
slowly the zombies were all slowly dying. So she just.
There's still gonna be like moments where they showed her at least.
The story's basically over. Everyone that's ever tried to fight alongside Alice all ended up getting killed. Some got killed so fucking easily, like that chick who got fucking sucked into the fan, even though she told her life story about her father being a mechanic and shit, bonds with Alice. But then, boom, boom, next thing you know, a giant fan turns on, and guess what? She gets sucked up and sliced up. So yeah, almost every single person that ever fought with Alice is dead, or hiding, or, somewhere safe. But no, the Resident Evil story's over. The zombies will slowly die off. The virus will slowly die.
So episode 7 was supposed to be Force Awakens, right?
Yes. But yeah, whatever fucking movie he's watching is not Walking Dead, but it looks just like it. Even though the zombies are moving a little faster than walkers. But,
Okay, I wasn't even fucking paying attention to my game, and I'm over here fucking getting my ass killed.
Villainy carves a path toward victory.
Wait for my command. It seems I've gotten into quite a mess now, haven't I?
Fucking dog shit loser has sit there and spam strike attacks. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here.
Switching to zone.
Warning you! Stay away from these people. game of... There is no ignorance, there is knowledge.
No more game.
You'll live through this, got it?
Find me?
Enemy coming! Stay in formation! There is no chaos, there is harmony.
Think not. No escape.
Right door ahead!
You I claim.
There is no passion, there is serenity. Close! Why is it I always seem to attract the bounty hunters?
You are as clumsy as you are stupid.
Hello there.
Turn it on.
You've obviously never fought a Jedi, have you?
You insist on winning?
I must have really hit a nerve.
Oh shit. I hate when my fucking hands get so goddamn sweaty and I gotta wipe it off with my fucking shorts, even though they're fucking sweat shorts. Like, it just gets even worse.
I hope they don't try anything foolish.
Be grateful for my mercy. You cannot resist.
I'm against 3 gold levels and a fucking level 3. This is not fun.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Now you will see where the path to the dark side leads.
Slow.
Very confident, aren't you?
This is where the fun begins.
Going in tight!
This is where the fun begins. A very wise Jedi once said, nothing happens by accident. You could have 10 jetpacks for all I care. It still won't make a difference. You're not gonna like this.
No time for backup. Let's move! What have you done? Something's coming. One lightsaber.
Your domination is not as complete as you think. Still halfway to go. Palpatine closes out the man with the tough type of diplomacy he's become famous for.
I was hoping you would watch that match, goddammit. Why do you keep leaving? Is it just that boring? I mean, you could have said something. I had to quit this match and figure out what the fuck out of it was. And I'm not bothering to go up there and ask Josh what the fuck it was. Come on, you piece of shit fucking PlayStation I don't have all day. I just love how my shit has to load this fucking slow.
Right.
Flung application will close. Yeah, there's nothing on my fucking screen. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the damn broadcast. I'm still waiting for someone to